Hello everybody, it's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. We are live with you here on YouTube, or at least we recorded this video live with you on YouTube. Be sure to check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com for everything Royal Caribbean related. And today, my friends, we're sharing 9, although there's a lot more, reasons why Royal Caribbean cruises will always be my favorite cruise vacation, or vacation in general, quite frankly. There's so much to love about Royal Caribbean, but I got my favorite 9 in here. And after this chat, after we go through my 9 reasons and I wax poetically about them all, we'll have a chat with you guys and answer your questions immediately after, so stay tuned for that as well. But welcome, guys. Glad to have you joining us here. Let's start off with the reasons why. 9. Count them, 9. 9. Why I love going on Royal Caribbean, and Royal Caribbean will always be my favorite for cruise vacation. Number 1, get to cruise the world. You see the world. I mean, one of the things that really endeared me to cruising in general was the ability to go see different places, not commit to one, not saying, okay, I'm going to go spend a week in this place or a week in that place, but rather you're going to go on a ship, you're going to go to sleep and magically wake up in a different place each time. How cool is that? I love that. So number 1 is seeing the world, and what's great with Royal Caribbean is, you know, you can go obviously to a lot of destinations in the Caribbean, in the Bahamas, but you also go to Alaska, you can go to China, you can go to Australia, hello Pippa, you can go to Europe, you can go to Iceland, you can go to Dubai. I mean, it can literally take you all over. So that's an easy one. Number 2, this one I can't relate to anymore personally, but if any of you who are living up maybe north of the Mason-Dixon line can relate to this, and that is, it's a perfect escape for winter. Anyone that lives in a northern climate, or a climate where it's a little cold in the wintertime, you know, at first, like, oh, it's nice, it's chilly again, woo, put on the sweaters. But then it kind of gets old. And after a while, you're like, man, I really want to put on a pair of shorts and put my toes in the sand like it's a Zac Brown Band song, right? Well, Royal Caribbean allows you to do that, especially when it's the dead of winter. My favorite when I lived up north was going on cruises like January or February, when you're in the middle of winter. It's the point in which you're so sick of winter, but spring's not anywhere close, and escaping on a cruise is really great. So there you go. There's my number 2 reason. Number 3, and this is something Royal Caribbean does, I think, bar none, best in the cruise industry: superb entertainment. When it comes to the entertainment on board the ship, things that you can do on board, whether it's the shows, the performers, the live music, ice skating spectaculars, there's a ton to enjoy. And what's great about Royal Caribbean is no matter which ship you pick, there is a lot of great entertainment on board that ship. And Royal Caribbean really designs its shows to be something that guests can see again and again. And I really enjoy it. I'm not sure if you can hear my cat meowing, but he's losing his mind right now. Next up is something that's near and dear to my heart because it sits on my stomach, and that is food, glorious food. Yes, it is all about the food. I'm not going to lie. I love to eat when I'm on a Royal Caribbean ship, and the wide selection of food available on Royal Caribbean is just, it's unbelievable. The amount of food you can get, whether it's pay, whether it costs extra, or it's included with your cruise fare, there is terrific food every single time. And everyone's got their favorites, right? Type in chat right now. If you're watching this, type in the comments, what is your favorite thing to eat? What's your favorite food on Royal Caribbean? Because you're going to see in the chat a ton of great answers over there, whether it's the guacamole from Sabor, a great steak from Chops Grill, the spaghetti bolognese in the main dining room, Indian curry in the Windjammer, pizza from Sorrento's. There's lots of great choices in there. So food, definitely a biggie. No question about it. All right, now my next one is something that I've really come to enjoy, especially now because I've got 2 daughters, and they love cruising almost as much as I do, and that is there's always something for the whole family. You know, when you go to a cruise vacation, there is something for everybody to enjoy. And why that's important is when you choose a vacation, no matter where you go in the world, you've got to make sure that there's something everyone can enjoy there, right? And a lot of times with land vacations especially, you've got to compromise. You all got to go do one thing or another thing. And maybe that's something of interest to everybody, but a lot of times it favors one or the other. But with the cruise ship, there is a ton to do. Whether you're a kid, adult, teenager, jaded friends, Ron Hiller age, there is something up your alley on board the ship. And by having a vacation that everyone can enjoy, it makes choosing a Royal Caribbean cruise a whole lot easier because it puts really your mind at ease of worrying about, oh geez, what's Betty, who names their kid Betty anymore? What's Betty gonna do? What's Joe gonna do? What's Mary gonna do? There is something for everybody on there. So, no question, that's a big one. Something also another reason why I really love going on Royal Caribbean is I love to be treated royally. The crew and the service you get on a Royal Caribbean cruise it's just unbelievable, really. The crew members work so hard to make our vacations so great. And being on a Royal Caribbean cruise means the level of service that we receive as guests is top notch, and it always stands out. I mean, I'm sure other people who've taken Royal Caribbean cruises can tell you that when you get the post-cruise survey at the end of the cruise, and you have an opportunity to recognize other crew members, it's often hard to remember, oh man, who do I put on this? You got to go through all the great crew members you encountered on your sailing. So it really, the level of service is truly incredible. And it's not about, also, it's not about being a diva or being, demanding high class service. Someone's got to, massage your feet or something like that. But it's about guests being treated the right way. And Royal Caribbean does that without hesitation to really make you feel like you're someone special. Like they really do care. And that to me really stands out. Make My Day says, I love the staff, and without them, the experience wouldn't be the same. Totally agree. Claire writes, I was impressed by the service. I mean, it's amazing how much they do. And Ron Ladowski points out also, if you go to the concierge service, if you're staying in a suite, it's truly incredible what they do. So anyway, that's a biggie right there. Next one. I think we're up to number 6 now on my list of reasons why I will always go on a Royal Caribbean cruise and will always be my favorite cruise vacation or vacation in general. And that is I can do things on a cruise I can't or won't do at home, right? When you're at home, you have a routine. You kind of do, maybe you go to the mall every now and then, you mix it up. But when we're talking about spa treatments, ice skating, learning to fold towel animals, rock climbing walls, water slides, these are things that are available on a cruise. And a lot of times you can't help but say, why not? Why not give it a shot, right? It really stands out to you. And you know what? Royal Caribbean, on top of that, Royal Caribbean is consistently adding new experiences and activities on board to push the boundaries and the envelope of what you can do on a cruise. If you've been following cruising for a while and you think about what was on Royal Caribbean ships 10 years ago versus today, heck, 5 years ago and today, it is really a night and day difference in terms of what they've added there. As a guest, I love having that kind of variety. And if I want to choose to do it, great. If not, maybe I'll just watch it. But the bottom line is there is something to enjoy to do there. Kara says, I'm an adult, but I live for those towel animals. See, it's kind of fun to be able to do that. Number 8, creating memories. The reason we go on vacations, especially these days, is about those memories, right? You want to have the kind of experiences that you can look back on and be like, remember we had a great time on that thing? Oh yeah, that was a time that, we tried that crazy water slide, or we went to that rainforest, and I can't believe we hiked all the way up that mountain. Or we went to Alaska and we finally saw glaciers, and it was amazing because there were bears and mooses and Gerald around, and it was crazy. I mean, having somewhere like a Royal Caribbean cruise to visit time and time again to create these kind of fun memories, and maybe sometimes it's just, hey, we had a great time at the pool and enjoyed it, right? Having that choice is really why I come back, because every cruise I go on, if you were to say, Matt, let's talk about the sailing you did, this sailing or that sailing, I could probably pick out at least 1 or 2 memories that really stand out, even if it's been a number of years, because each cruise vacation really adds to it, and it makes such a great experience. And lastly, my number 9 reason why Royal Caribbean will always be my favorite vacation choice, and that is relaxing. We talk a lot about in the number 1 through 8 about all the cool things you can do, see, and experience, but also it's a really relaxing vacation. Royal Caribbean designs their cruise experience for its guests to be able to do as little or as much as you want to do. And sometimes a great vacation is being able to take a nap by the pool, nap in your room, another nap in the afternoon, or just simply reading a book, enjoying the sun, having a cocktail in your hand, but otherwise taking it easy, not doing anything remotely resembling your regular routine. Jason Peters says, naps and solarium are the best, dude. I couldn't agree more on that. I love it. It is so cool. But now I turn it over to you guys. What are the reasons you love going on Royal Caribbean? Why is Royal Caribbean your vacation choice? Type it in chat in your comments, and also feel free to type in your questions here, because we're gonna talk about answer your questions, talk about Royal Caribbean. Love you hanging out with us here. Also, quick programming note before I forget. Starting next week, we usually do these these YouTube lives on Fridays. We're gonna change. Starting next week, our next YouTube live will be on Mondays. We're switching it over to Monday evenings now instead of Fridays. So mark your calendars. Better yet, turn on your like this channel, turn on your notifications so that way you get notified when we do go live. And that way you'll get notified. But we're going to start going on Mondays instead of Fridays now. I hope it's going to be a change for the best. Pam likes the bang for the buck. Mickey Atkinson likes disconnecting. Jacobs likes the fantastic service. Beautiful ships. Evans, all of it is his favorite. There you go. Penelope loves the value, service, and of course, food. Absolutely. Claire, the ships are big and fancy. Brett says they hit the sweet spot between value and what they offer. And Brett, couldn't agree more, my friend. Really, especially among the cruise lines, I feel like Royal Caribbean really has that great balance of what you pay for versus what you get. Eduardo says, can't beat the relaxation. Ron Ladowski, I love going to sleep and awakening in the morning in a new country. That is still like magical to me. That you can go to sleep and wake up and you're already docked in whatever port in a different country. It's awesome. Makes My Day says, it's hands down the easiest vacation to plan and crazy cost efficient. That's a really good point. Value at the end of the day drives what I think a lot of us look for in a vacation, right? We can sit here and tell you all about how amazing it is to, go do this or that or something else. But if it's going to cost you an arm and a leg, a lot of times it's hard to justify that. But Royal Caribbean is crazy good value, especially when you consider that so much of your food is included, your entertainment is included. It's really, really nice. Why? My wife said, because Matt says so. Oh, I can't argue with that logic. Marla likes the Broadway shows. My wife would agree with you on that, Marla. Absolutely. Centerab says, looking forward to doing as much or as little as I want. It really is a make your own adventure kind of thing, right? You do what you want. You experience what you want. I really believe, and I agree with you 100%, that's what's so fun about it, is you can go crazy and do all the things you see in a commercial, or you can do none of it at all. It's your choice. Or you mix it up. One day, you're going nuts and doing a bunch of different activities. Next day, you're sitting by the pool and taking nap number 2 of the day. Carlos, am I paid by Royal Caribbean? I am not paid by Royal Caribbean. I have no affiliation with the cruise line whatsoever. I run RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, but I have no connection to them whatsoever. Wolfpack, I love meeting new people and enjoying going to new places. Absolutely. Jason, no cooking or cleaning alone is worth the price. Jason, I'm not going to lie, like the day before our cruise, or a couple days leading up to our cruise, my wife will always be like, oh man, this is like the last lunch I have to make, the last dishwasher run I have to do before vacation. That is the best part, right? Not having to worry about what we're going to make for dinner or breakfast or anything else. Let someone else do it. Wolfpack loves the activities on the ship. Marla says the Wi-Fi is amazing. Crazy Cat Traveler, I picked cruise because Australia is too hard to do as a land tour since cities are so far apart. Absolutely. Really, really great. Hey, Herrera, it's Araceli. I follow you on YouTube as well. Love Royal Caribbean, and yes, I agree with my wife. Araceli, I'm so glad you are here. Welcome. Glad to see you here joining us as well. Andrew wants to know, what are the luggage limits? There are none, really. It's within reason, really. But it's not like an airplane where you get like 2 checked bags, something like that. Royal Caribbean just says within reason. So you got to leave like your old trunk luggage at home, but bring as much as you need. Please do a video on accessible cruising for wheelchair users. So four-wheeler in Florida. It's a great point. We had done a podcast about it. I don't know if you listened to that one yet. We did a podcast about accessibility. It was a little while ago. It was last year, 2018. But we did one on accessibility, and it was specifically wheelchair accessibility with my very good friend Laura Calvin Counts. Her son is in a wheelchair, and we talked all about, there it is, episode 263. And I'm going to link to it right now in the chat. That is the URL right over there for the episode 263 of the Royal Caribbean Blog Podcast. I know it's not a YouTube video, but it will answer a lot of great information about wheelchair accessibility. Mike Miller, evening dinner every night on Allure was the high point of our cruise. You know what, Mike? When I first started cruising, I think the main dining room, especially for dinner, was what endeared us to cruising off the bat, no question. Marla wants to know, do suitcases fit under the beds, or can you room steward provide risers to make it possible to stow luggage? They will fit under the bed. Unless you have crazy big luggage. In my experience, every single time they fit under the bed. Absolutely. Brett says we need more Royal Caribbean West Coast cruises. I wish I had the power to give that, or to certainly let you know about more, but Body on Frame. Have you tried the Key? I want to try it possibly. I have Body on Frame. We actually have a video in our channel, YouTube channel, explaining the Key and answering the question. I know what you're going to ask, dude. Is the Key worth it? We have a video on our channel for you to check it on out. Is there a Captain's Evening? Yes. The first formal night of the cruise, which is on night 2, will be Captain's Evening. It's just called Formal Night on Royal Caribbean. Mike, I read shorts and a nice shirt is good enough for formal dinner. Is that true? Mike, Royal Caribbean does not distinctly prohibit shorts, but it also doesn't suggest shorts as the fare for formal night. I would tell you, go to the main dining room, for a guy, you can totally just wear a polo shirt or some sort of collared shirt and like a nice pair of jeans, like, a nice pair of jeans, or slacks, khakis. You don't have to go, you don't need to wear a suit. You don't need to wear a tuxedo. That's totally fine. We got Cambodia in the house. Welcome. Glad to have you joining us here. Cruise Addict says, cruise is a complete vacation to go to places, relax, eat, no waiting on the airport for 4 hours each way is an awesome vacation. Absolutely. Yes. Jason, it's the weekend and I'm not going to go. Okay, not this weekend. I am going in 2 weeks from now. Actually, 2 weeks from today, guys, I'll be on Royal Caribbean's Mariner of the Seas. That'll be my next cruise. Jeff, are there restaurants in CocoCay? Yes, and almost all of them are included with your cruise fare. Renee, your very first cruise in August on Harmony. Nice. Thank you. Andrew says, likes my shirt. Wearing my Hartford Whaler shirt up there. Mickey, have you ever been to St. Kitts? I have, yes. I've been to St. Kitts twice. The first time we went there, we did a train tour through Royal Caribbean. It was kind of cool. I really liked it quite a bit. Pam, the new cup with the straw, can you trade it in every day for a clean one? No, you don't trade it in, Pam. You can simply wash it out very easily in your stateroom. It opens up. The top comes off, so you can easily wash it, rinse it out, and be on your way. Carrie, what can you buy with onboard credit? A lot of things. Spa treatments, excursions. You can pay off your gratuities if you haven't done that before the cruise. There's a lot of things you can use to pay. Basically, anything you can purchase on the ship, your onboard credit can go towards. Moreover, you can actually use your onboard credit now, Carrie. If you go to Royal Caribbean's Cruise Planner and log in, you can apply your onboard credit already to pay for purchases. And fear not, my dear, because spending onboard credit is very easy. It's never a problem. Amber, can you get the teens compasses from other cruises so you know what your kids can do? We do have some, Amber, on our Cruise Compass archive at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. They're not as many as the other ones, but I would put in the title teens, and you can find it over there. Matt Hatter, so excited for a Harmony of the Seas in December. Nice! Wolfpack, what can I expect from a suite on Allure of the Seas? A lot of great service. The concierge will email you a week before your cruise and introduce themselves to you and let you know exactly what to expect, services available, all that good stuff. Let's see, Hank Fam, thanks Matt for your tips. My second cruise will be this August, Liberty of the Seas. Nice! Liberty's a great ship. Landis is so glad Oasis is coming to New Jersey, taking my daughter, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren June 2020. Oh my gosh. That didn't make my list there, but actually did. One of the things I mentioned earlier was the great thing about Royal Caribbean is there is something for the entire family, and you gotta love that. You gotta love how much there is for families to do on there. Renee, any preference for hotels in Cape Canaveral for a pre-cruise one-night stay? The Courtyard by Marriott is usually pretty good. There's also a Radisson, which is highly rated. For one night, Renee, I don't have a specific one that I've stayed in. I have one if you want to stay a couple nights. But the Courtyard by Marriott and the Radisson are usually pretty well rated over there. Ron Farrell wants to know, can you reserve seating for shows before the cruise? If you're on an Oasis class or a Quantum class ship, you can. Other classes, you cannot, but that's because you don't need to. Lisa, your next cruise on Harmony of the Seas, 2020. Awesome. Body on Frame also loves the idea of Oasis coming to New Jersey in 2020. Denise, looking forward to my Freedom Cruise out of San Juan, September. Awesome. Matt had it for Perfect Day Coco. Do I need to take my soda cup onto the island with us? No, in fact, I would tell you not to do that at all. Your soda, when you buy a soda package, on the bottom of your card, it will indicate that you have a soda package, so they'll give you soda by the glass. No reason to bring your cup with you. Buko fan, can you recommend a hotel in New Jersey? I would recommend any of the hotels in Newark Airport or around Newark Airport. The airport, not the city. I've stayed at the oh man, what was the name of it? I stayed at the Marriott in the, like the one that's actually there's a Marriott hotel attached to Newark Airport. I've stayed there. That was great. I also stayed at not the DoubleTree. Some other hotel. I forgot the name of it. But any hotel that's in the airport, or like basically in the title will say Newark Airport Hotel, is really good because they service business clientele. It's great for just night of kind of stays. Jaden, any tips for Adventure of the Seas? On Sailway, go down to the helipad on the deck 4. Walk all the way forward. Check it out. It's a really cool spot. Andrew, where do you recommend staying in Miami? I just stayed at a great place by the airport called the Holiday Inn Express Airport East. Really, really nice and very inexpensive. We have a review of it on the blog at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. I posted it like, not this past Monday, but a week ago Monday. So 2 weeks, I guess. Jerry Hunt, first time live. Awesome. Jerry, thanks for reminding me. If it's your first time watching me live on here, type first in capital letters so I can say thank you and welcome you for being here. I really want to say that. Ramada at Newark Airport is great. Thank you, Linda, for that recommendation. Andy, any sort of Spectrum. I have not been on there yet, but try to do as much as you can, my friend, and try to pre-purchase and pre-reserve as much as you can. Wow, Carrie, first time. Welcome, Carrie. Welcome, Bambi. Welcome, Maxine, Bukofan, Ryan, Renee, Stacy, Mary, Dawn, Michael Buhor, Terry Z, Jaden. I can't believe how many of you are first-timers here. Dawn Hopkins, welcome. Diane, K-Bell, Robert Harris, thanks for joining us here. Noah, Karen, Lanikit, Marla, welcome, guys. I'm so glad so many of you are first-timers. Bambi, how does Adventure Ocean work for kids? This is a kids club. You basically register them on board the ship on day 1. It's free for the kids to go to Adventure Ocean. There's different session times. They'll have it all posted there, easy to figure out. Basically, once the session is open, at any point, you can drop off your kids, pick them up. Basically, you can come and go as you please there in terms of picking them up, dropping them off within a session, and they'll let you know what the hours are. And it is complimentary for Adventure Ocean from ages 3 to 17, all the way up until 10 o'clock p.m. From 10 p.m. until 2 a.m., there's an hourly charge for it. KLC says Adventure Ocean is awesome. Our young daughters love it. I have 2 kids. They both love it as well. It is worth every darn penny of it for staying late. Jordan, what's a good hotel in Seattle? I stayed at a Holiday Inn in Seattle. It was pretty good. In a lot of cases, guys, when I go to a city and I'm not sure about the hotel, I just simply go to Priceline.com. I'll put in like 4 or 5 stars as the minimum for my hotel stay and go from there. But there's a lot of good choices. Just, if you aim for 4 stars or above, you're going to get a pretty good experience. Does Radiant Cities have freestanding drink machines? I don't think so, Adele. Sorry about that, Adele. Sarah from Australia, welcome. Glad to have you here. Brett, any word on Oasis class going to Galveston with upgraded port? Nothing yet, Brett. The earliest it would happen would be 2021, so maybe like the end of this year we might hear about it, but nothing currently. How many hours should I get before the ship docks? What? Jeff, I'm not sure I understand your question. You should get, before your cruise begins, I always recommend staying a night before, and then, so if your cruise leaves on a Sunday, come in on Saturday, and then get to the port about 11 a.m. hour. Max, love your channel. What should I expect from Allure of the Seas engine trouble? You shouldn't worry about it at all, dude. No impact. Maybe you change the itinerary, but you already know about that. But you won't even notice it, quite frankly. Dustin wants to know, how do I contact the casino manager about organizing a group slot pool? I think you have to do it on board the ship. I'm not aware of a means of doing it beforehand, but I would go down there and try your best. Andy, am I going to China? No, I have no plans to go to China, unfortunately. Nick, if you get off the ship early, Coco, can you get breakfast on the island? No, there's no coffee on the island at all. I checked last time I was there. And food service doesn't begin until, I think, at least 10 a.m. So eat on board or wait until 10 a.m. Noah, 1 out of 10, how nice is Coco Cay? About 13, dude. It's amazing. Carrie, is main dining only open for dinner? No. The main dining room is open for breakfast every day of your cruise, and on sea days, it's open for lunch. Am I saying Coco Cay so that it rhymes with perfect day and refusing to pronounce the Coco Key like I am? Ben, I looked it up one day, dude. Both pronunciations, Coco Key, Coco Cay, they're both acceptable. There is no definitive answer as to which one is right or wrong. Locals will call it both, so you can call it whatever you want, my friend. No, Andy, I have no cruises to Asia. I personally don't have any cruises to Asia planned. Max, red eyes are a bad idea for 2 reasons. Number one, obviously, if there's any delay, you're really cutting it close. But also, dude, you really want to have a red eye and be like half asleep and then have you're going to have a full day on embarkation day. Do yourself a favor. Come in the night before. I know maybe you don't want to pay for the hotel. I'm telling you, dude, it's worthwhile. You just start your vacation off on the right foot without worrying about travel delays, getting a good night's sleep. You'll thank me later on it. Classic Carson, welcome. Brian, are WoW bands ever going to be available on Alert? Ever? I'm not sure. I don't think so, but I don't have the information for that, quite frankly. How is the Melbourne airport from Port Canaveral? If you can get in there, it's great. But most everybody flies into Orlando International. Center Rapids about 45 minutes away. Really easy shot over there. You should have no problem. Terry, where are all the free places to eat for breakfast? Well, I don't know what ship you're on, but the main dining room, the Windjammer are always available for breakfast. You should have no worries there. There's also like Cafe Promenade or Cafe Latitudes that'll offer food. There will be multiple locations depending on your ship. Andy, how are you going to meet Anthem of the Seas in July? I'm going to fly up there. I'm going in July 4th, so actually about a week beforehand, I'm flying up to Connecticut. My family lives up there, so I'm going to visit my family, and then we'll drive down from Connecticut to New Jersey at that point. Michael, where should you park your car at Port Canaveral? At the port. Convenience factor is worth it. I don't like off-site parking. There's a lot of reasons. Park at the port. You'll thank me later. Brett, when will flights to San Juan for the group cruise drop in price? You know what? We're still don't forget, we're still 6 months away, dude. Domestic airfare, that's crazy talk to book it. I know it's a holiday, but fear not, my friend. And also, actually, right now, the airfare, by the way, if you compare the airfare for our cruise in December for New Year's Eve versus a cruise 2 or 3 weeks earlier and randomly in the beginning of December, it's only about 25 or 33% more. So it's not like you're going to get like $100 fares. It's not going to happen. You're going to pay a bit of a premium. And going to Puerto Rico is not the cheapest place to go to begin with. But I can tell you also that I feel like there's going to be some wiggle room here. We're still a little too early. Yes, I grew up in Connecticut, Michael. That's why I have a Hartford Whaler shirt. And Ron Lanowski, thank you for being a Royal Caribbean Blog Insider. Always appreciate your support, my friend. Thyre says, do you know which of the Florida cruise departure port locations are train accessible? Not easily. I mean, Fort Lauderdale and Miami would be the easiest because the train stations are in the city and then you can take a taxi over there. I would definitely say those two have to be the simplest ones. But obviously, even if you take the train to Orlando, you can go over to Port Canaveral. I mean, and Tampa's only an hour away. So, yeah, I mean, they're all accessible. But definitely, Miami and Fort Lauderdale would be the closer one. If you're a Royal Caribbean Blog Insider, guys, type Insider right now in chat, just like Jose Pena and Brett Chafee did, so I can say thank you to them. If you're not an Insider, you can join and become an Insider by going to RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com/support. So thank you, Jose. Thank you, Ron Ladowski. Thank you, Brett Chafee, for being Insiders as well. Andy, I might have seen Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia is not on Anthem of the Seas. It's on Allure this season. I have seen it. It's a great show. I love it. Mike Pastore, thank you for being an Insider. Jason, thank you for being an Insider. Tom Solo, my day is wonderful. It's Friday, and I'm talking to you about cruising. How's your day? Paul, I grew up in Madison, Connecticut. But I know someone else who lives in Southington. Funny enough. Penelope, thank you for being an Insider as well. Max, we have the key. Will that help make timing a little more worth it? I mean, it'll help. But again, if this is going back to that conversation about red eyes or come in the night before. I'm telling you, there's a reason why I recommend it, and a lot of people in chat are agreeing with me. It just makes your life easier. Now, look, if you already booked your airfare, and it is what it is, you're not making a mistake, but I feel like it's not ideal. That's all. But that's also personal preference, and plenty of people have done what you're doing, so you should not worry about it. But if you haven't booked airfare yet, or you can change your flights, I would lean you towards booking one the night before. That's all. And Terry says agree, just much less stress. That's what it's all about. Any must-dos in Aruba? Palm Beach or Eagle Beach, Jerry? No question about it. Buko fan, is it possible to do a back-to-back and switch ships? Sure, why not? I mean, when you do a back-to-back, when you book sailings, Royal Caribbean really doesn't look at it differently in terms of, oh, this person is on the next sailing. Doesn't really matter. People have done that before, where they'll book one sailing on one ship and maybe change ships within the same port, or go from Miami to Fort Lauderdale. Easily enough. Evan, you're in Shelton, Connecticut. Nice. Jay, first time live. Welcome, Jay. Glad to have you joining us here. And Chelly agrees with me as well. Flying in the night before is just a little less stress. Absolutely. Brett says, we've done the red eye. More stress and exhaustion than the savings was worth. You summed it up perfectly, my friend. Are there bars at Palm or Eagle Beach? Oh, yeah, Mike. Palm and Eagle Beach are really large beaches. It's not like one small beach like Magens Bay as an example. There's plenty to keep yourself going over there. Kevin, am I going on Mariner this season? Yes, my friend. 2 more weeks, and I'll be on board. For Belize, Sarah, what would I recommend in Belize? We did the Belize Zoo. That was kind of fun. I would definitely go in the cooler times of the year because in the summer months it'd be really, really hot there. But it's really scuba diving. If you're into scuba diving or snorkeling, Belize is where you want to do it over there. Nutmeggers travel well, Paul. Absolutely. Have you ever done an overnight in Aruba? I have not, but I'd love to do that at some point. Matt Hatter was hoping someday we can have the Sea-Pass on a wristwatch-like device to keep me from losing mine. What Royal Caribbean does have on some ships, this. It's an RFID bracelet called a WOW Band. It works exactly like your Sea-Pass card, so you can use either one, whichever you want to use. But this is only available on Quantum class ships and Harmony and Symphony of the Seas. So, Jaden, is Cape Liberty a hard port to get in and out of? No, it's just kind of in the middle of nowhere, so you can't walk there from anywhere really. Jeff, is the zip line at Coco Cay worth the money? It's fun, yeah, I think it is. It's not the cheapest excursion you've ever done, but zip lines are not by their nature very cheap to begin with. I think it's fun. It's a great way to see it, no question about it. It's really, really nice. Michael joining us from onboard Anthem of the Seas. I am so jealous that you're on there. Braden, can you tell me about Symphony of the Seas? It's a great ship, my friend. In fact, Braden, after this video, check out our channel. We have in our planning playlist a list of the top 10 Symphony of the Seas hidden secrets. So check it out, Braden, on our YouTube channel. Don't leave now, but we have top 10 secrets here. It's a fabulous ship, dude. Biggest in the world, latest and greatest that Royal Caribbean has to offer. Let's see here. Jenna, first time in live chat. What's the best excursion in Cozumel? I think going to the beach. Going to an all-inclusive is my favorite thing to do, Jenna. I'm a really big fan of El Cosmolino. It's a hotel resort that sells day passes. They have a pool. They have beach. They have a playground, mini golf. Your food is included. Your drinks are included. It's a lot of fun. We have a full review of it, Jenna, at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. It's called El Cosmolino. So Cozumel with E-N-O at the end. El Cosmolino. K-Bell, anything special for Liberty? Yeah, they have the tidal wave slide. It's the only ship in the fleet that has this tidal wave slide in which you basically go on a raft and you come down really fast, go up a near vertical wall, have a moment of weightlessness, and then come sliding back down. It's really cool. Sarah Johnson, first time here as well. Do you know anything about the key benefits? Yes, Sarah. We have a video on our YouTube channel all about the key, saying, is the key worth it? So again, don't leave now, but right after this video is over, Sarah, go to our channel and find it's right there on our main page of the channel. For the key, all about it, what it is, and if it's worth it or not. Andy, have I been to Cozumel? Dude, I've been to Cozumel I went to Cozumel 6 times alone in 2018. I love Cozumel. Carrie, what's the best excursion in Nassau? I got 2 good ideas for you. If you want a beach day, check out the British Colonial Hilton. You can get a day pass over there. But if you want something different, something I really enjoyed, and I've done it now twice in Nassau, is the Fly a Jet experience, where you get to go to a flight simulator and pretend to fly a Boeing 737. It's a full cockpit, really fun. It's available through Royal Caribbean. Really, really nice. Sarah, how do you find out on the website, or do you need to call to get it? Oh, the key? It's on the website. Go to the cruise planner. You can call them as well, but it'll take you longer. Just go to the cruise planner website on Royal Caribbean. Log into your account. When does the stream end? I was going to make a joke that we're going for the next 72 hours, but some of you would really hold me to it. We'll be done here in a few minutes. I usually go about 30, 45 minutes or so. Right now we're at 33, but I'm having a good time. I've not been to London, Andy. Michael, do you have any tips for recommendations for Cuba, Empress of the Seas? For Cuba, have plans ahead of time. I've been to Havana, and my recommendation is have an excursion booked, whether it's through Royal Caribbean or on your own. But make sure whatever you do, you leave time to walk around Havana, because it's a really great town to walk around. Mike, watched you fly on Twitch. Looked very cool. Yeah, it was great, dude. Jaden, does Royal Caribbean have shuttles to and from JFK to Cape Liberty? No, but you can easily take taxis. I mean, I shouldn't say no. They maybe have transfers. But my advice, Jaden, is get a taxi, Uber or Lyft, even better. It's much simpler. Carla's going on Oasis this Sunday. I'm jealous. Mark wants some tips for Roatan. I went to a place in November, which was really cool, called Mayan Princess. It's booked through Royal Caribbean, Mark. Mayan Princess, it's a resort day pass. It's like semi all-inclusive. Kind of a really, really nice place. Kyla, is Carnival enemies with Royal Caribbean? I wouldn't say enemies. They're competitors. I mean, they compete in the same industry. But I really feel like most people, I mean, they're not, they're direct competitors, but they're also not enemies. That's kind of a bit much there. For St. Martin with kids, Daniel, go to Grand Case Beach. Robert, notice a lot of people did not get out the ship in Nassau. What's up with that? I think Nassau, first of all, a lot of repeat cruisers have been to Nassau. And Nassau, you know what, I'm first to admit, it's not the most exotic port in the world. So I think a lot of people tend to kind of gravitate towards doing other things. So they kind of tend to skip it, that's all. Claire, I've not been to Norway or anywhere in Europe. And Jaden, I've not been to Nova Scotia. But if anybody in our chat has recommendations for what to do in Norway or Nova Scotia, please type it in chat right now. Oscar, when is Royal Caribbean going to send any quantum class ships to the Mediterranean? That's a good question, Oscar. I don't know. Not anytime soon, I can tell you that much. Ed is getting married on Harmony this Sunday. Mazel tov. That is great, my friend. Love it. Have I ever stood at the end of the runway at Princess Juliana Beach, St. Martin, at Maho Beach? I have, Jeff. Not quite. I didn't like line myself up by the beach, by the fence, but I've been to that beach while on an airplane land. It's kind of cool. Did I know Royal Caribbean is 50 years old today? Yes, this year. Not today, but this year. Yes, they're celebrating their 50th anniversary. So awesome, guys. Well, I appreciate you hanging out with me here on YouTube. Don't forget, starting Monday, we're going to start going from Fridays being our live day to Mondays. So we'll be live again on Monday, a couple more days, right back over here. And then going forward, it'll be live every Monday right here on YouTube. And in the meantime, if you're looking for more Royal Caribbean fun, news, information, advice, check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com for plenty more Royal Caribbean news, information, fun advice. All the questions you guys want and more, it's all waiting for you at Royal Caribbean Blog. Guys, have a great rest of your day. Happy weekend. Enjoy it. And we'll talk again very soon. In fact, on Monday, right here on YouTube. See you guys.